Hello, and welcome to another episode of the American Nightmare Podcast. This is episode 62,
Woohoo!
recorded on Wednesday, May 31st, 2023.
I whip my hair around in my head.
Yes.
I'm whipping my non-hair.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Wow, we are at episode 62.
Woo.
Holy freaking shit.
Getting up there.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's get started with some horror
Yes.
news.
Little toast.
Terrifier 3 starts filming later this year.
Yes.
And according to Deadline, Damien Leone, David Howard Thornton, and Laura Vernon are returning, and they have a budget almost 5 times what it was before.
Nice.
According to Damien Leone, he's saying it's a low end of the 7 figures.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, holy shit, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations to him. This is freaking amazing. I love it.
Well, it won't help him write a story, but
Ah, come
No, but
on. It's art.
it says
It's
here-
gore.
I know.
It's good. Hey, listen. The story may have been a little loose, but all that other shit in there
A
was
little
fucking
loose.
awesome.
I know the
first
kill scenes were good for sure.
Yeah, and the comedy stuff was pretty good.
Yeah, I know it had its moments, but
The first Terrifier movie had a budget of $35,000.
well,
And it was still a good movie.
Right, and the budget increased to $250,000 from their publicly crowdsourced funding for Terrifier 2. And since the movie only spent $250,000 and made over $15 million at the box
Wow.
office,
Cha-ching.
yes, they now have a 7-figure budget.
Can't
A
wait to
low-end
see it. Can't wait to
7-figure
see it.
budget for the new film. Deadline reports that the writer-director Damien Leone will have a budget somewhere in the low to mid 7-figure range to work with once he goes to production on Terrifier 3. Filming is expected to begin sometime around November or December, and will aim at getting in the sequel sometime in late 2024 into
Cool.
theaters.
Although,
Leone
sorry, go ahead.
said that Terrifier 3 will be another boundary-pushing edition of the horror genre, continuing its no-holds-barred, uncompromising exploits that fans of the franchise have come to expect and celebrate. If you thought Art the Clown's Reign of Terror in Part 2 was extreme, you haven't seen nothing yet.
wow. My only concern is that there's something to be said for low-budget horror, you know? Like,
Yeah.
sometimes if the budget gets too much, it gets too polished. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
sometimes that gritty, like, low-budget vibe is better for horror.
Well, not only that, it forces you to be a little more creative with your expenses, right?
Yeah.
Sparing your expenses, focusing on what you can do with the budget you have, and even pushing some boundaries with that low budget. So I'm excited that he's getting more money. I hope the writing gets better. I hope the film gets better overall, and perhaps the special effects work better. I hope that he spends this money on better practical effects, because the practical effects are good. Do not go to digital
Yeah,
effects.
right.
Please do not.
Exactly. Yeah. Use that money to get
All
you
right.
like one big name star to like throw like a cameo or some shit
Right,
like that in there,
right.
you know?
A big name star, or better yet, bring on some more people to your effects crew.
Yeah.
Get a whole bunch of people in place. Double up the number of gore scenes with practical effects.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, true.
hire
All
Tom
right.
Savini.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Who will be the new Freddy Krueger now that Robert Englund has confirmed his days of playing Freddy are over?
They have been though, no?
Yeah, more or less.
He did
I
have
thought the
someone
last guy,
to-
the remake did a really good job. I thought
Jamie Ray Earl or Earl.
Yeah,
whatever.
for some reason fans didn't dig it, and he's not. They didn't go on for a second film or anything further after that.
Yeah.
He was recently. Robert Englund was recently interviewed in Variety magazine and talked a little bit about his 50-year acting career. He confirmed that his days of playing Freddy Krueger are over. Some fans have speculated that Kevin Bacon would be good to play Freddy, but from that interview, we know that Devon Sawa wants to be the next Freddy Krueger. Robert Englund, also of note in this article, he mentioned his favorite Freddy one-liners, which I got to read those off because when I read it, I'm like, yeah, all right, I agree with that. Welcome to prime time, bitch.
One of the best. One of the best when he
As
crams her.
Freddy, as Freddy smashes Jennifer's head into a television in 1987's The Nightmare on Elm Street 3: Dream Warriors. I should warn you, princess, it's not the first time tends to get a little messy. That's from Freddy, disgusting and gross and dark with Laurie in 2003's Freddy versus Jason. And I'm your boyfriend now from the first Freddy when he licks Nancy's face through the
that
telephone
like
in
little
1984.
the thing always remember the Mad Balls?
Yes.
That reminded me of a
Yeah,
Mad
it's like
Ball
a
at the
Mad
end of that
Ball.
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Probably
yeah,
was.
he's up there in age, and I think he's pretty much done with some of the genres that he used to do in the past. So if they reboot the Nightmare on Elm Street series, and you're listening to this podcast, send us an email. Tell us who you think would be the right person to cast in that role. I don't know. I think maybe Devon Sawa might be the right guy
Yeah,
for it.
I can see that.
Throw some makeup on him.
I also saw as part of that interview because I guess there's a Freddy movie coming out on Screenbox like next month, I think, like
Right.
a documentary. But I also saw that he actually kicked around a couple of thoughts that he had to revitalize the franchise, and the one was kind of a cool one. Like he said it would be almost like an urban legend of Freddy, and
Right.
everybody's vision of Freddy was different based on what they saw in their heads of Freddy. So it could be all kind, but then at the end of the movie, there's like he's like controlling all those other ones like in their dreams. So
That would be pretty cool.
He wouldn't be the guy like in their dreams, but it would end up like all these different like versions of Freddy in these different dreams turn out to be controlled by him. And I like that's a good fucking idea.
Yeah,
I would. I mean, now that I know it, but I would still go see that shit.
Really, what I really feel is that the past couple of years, there really has been a great rebirth of horror, becoming a very popular genre, and I think it reflects society as where we are now.
True.
And I think this is the keen opportunity where if someone could come in with some money, some ideas, and some funding and make this shit happen, I would take my money, bitches. Come on.
I mean, think about it. We got a Hellraiser revitalization. We got a Scream revitalization. We got a Predator
Dude, the latest
revitalization.
Prey? Prey was fucking amazing. But by the way, check this out.
Oh,
Nice.
sweet! Did you make that?
I just printed that.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
How long did that take?
It took 4 days.
I can imagine. Yeah, the hair I think would probably be crazy. That's really
It was
awesome,
hard.
though.
It's difficult to print something like that because all these, the hair, all the pieces and shit, they're easy to break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you saying when you do like parts like that, how much work goes into like all the support structure around it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna start selling that one on my Etsy shop.
Sweet.
Probably about $80 because it's a real pain in the ass to print, but we'll see.
Sweet.
So I think this is time to take the money of us, especially the kids that grew up in the 80s that loved horror movies, slashers, and shit from the 80s. Reboot some of that shit. Take my money.
Yeah, exactly. They should reboot some of the shitty ones, like Chopping Mall, like stuff like that. Like.
Dude, Slumber Party Massacre, I think could be something fucking spectacular if they would reboot that.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of old kind of shitty ones that people
Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
Sleepaway Camp is prime for being rebooted.
For
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
For sure.
All right. Let's see. Thread and Insidious Tale started casting. So apparently the new Insidious movie isn't out yet, right? That doesn't come out until what, July or something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
July, I think it was.
Sony says July 7th is coming out. So Deadline says that they're beginning to expand the Insidious universe just like James Wan's Conjuring universe, right? So they're having this new series called Thread and Insidious Tale. And so far they've cast Mandy Moore and Kumail Nanjiani.
Oh yeah. Huh.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's going to be produced by Screen Gems, and Moon Knight's director Jeremy Slater will be directing it.
Cool.
It says that the first Insidious film launched in 2010 and grossed over $542 million in total. and the 5th chapter, The Red Door, is coming out in July. So they're going to try and bank on some of the goodwill they have with
Is it a series or a
fans.
movie?
It's a movie in the universe of Insidious.
Okay.
So we'll see how it goes. I mean, the Insidious movies have been hit or miss.
Yeah.
For me, at least.
I don't even think I saw the last one.
Yeah, I did.
Was
It
it
wasn't
the
as
key
good as
one?
the
Was
first
it
or
the
second
Skeleton
one.
Key?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
No, it was it Skeleton Key?
No, it was.
No, I don't remember the name.
Florida
of it.
Key?
Florida Key. Listen, Florida Key is a fucking nightmare by itself. That whole state's a nightmare.
I'll say.
All right. Robert Eggers Nosferatu with Willem Dafoe and Bill Skarsgård just wrapped up in Prague.
Sweet.
So that means they're going to post-production, and hopefully we'll have something soon. They wrapped up filming in Prague, according to the Prague Reporter, on May 19th, after shooting there for 3 months. So we'll see what happens, but I'm really looking forward to that. I do enjoy Nosferatu, and the fact that they got some great actors in it, I'm kind of excited for that.
Both of those guys are known for having interesting facial features. They use those in their movies, which should be kind of cool.
I mean, Willem Dafoe, Bill Skarsgård, Lily Rose Depp, Nicholas Hoult, Willem Dafoe. I mean,
good cast.
It's quite the cast. All right. The It prequel series for Max, Welcome to Derry, has transformed Port Hope, Ontario into Derry, Maine. The Max series is now a couple weeks into production. Andy Muschietti is directing it, or at least the multiple episodes. He's agreed to direct multiple episodes, including the very first episode of the show.
Nice.
But on Twitter, I'll post a link to our website and also put it in our Facebook.
Cool.
Group. Twitter fans have been posting photos and videos of downtown Port Hope, Ontario, all dressed up to look like looks like to me in 1950s Derry, Maine.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. The Hitcher is coming to 4K.
Ooh.
And according to Twitter, Second Sight Film, who posted onto Twitter a screenshot of the restoration process and a quote from the director of Hitcher, Robert Harmon. He says, he is stunned how great it looks. The work is beautiful. Really, this movie has no business looking this good, considering how ancient the elements are. Thanks to everyone dedicated. This is way beyond anything I could have ever hoped for. So apparently, Second Sight Film has acquired, I don't know how, the original negatives to the film.
Really?
And they are scanning those pristine negatives into 4K.
Wow.
I will be pre-ordering the 4K version of The Hitcher. I used to love that film. In fact, they played it on when I was a kid. I watched it on HBO
all the time.
That's
all
Rutger
the
Hauer,
time.
right?
Yep,
Yeah.
Rutger Hauer, and what the hell was the kid that was in there?
That was he was brutal in that movie. It was intense.
Fuck yeah!
And actually, the remake I didn't think was all that bad either. I forget who played the Rutger Hauer role in the remake, but it was from the early, mid '90s. I think Jessica Biel may have been the girl in it, but the Rutger Hauer was bad.
Oh, C. Thomas Howell, he was in it. That's the kid.
Yeah, that's right. It was a great movie. Like this.
Fucking love that.
Yeah.
Film. I can't wait to get it on 4K. I've been building up my 4K collection. I had this conversation with my daughter a while ago about how physical media is all for me now. I'm fucking tired of the streaming bullshit and buying digital, because all I'm finding out is that the digital stuff could go away. You don't own it. It could go away at any time.
Even if you buy it?
Even if you bought the digital copy.
Really? Oh, that's bullshit.
You could have it taken away. So I'm not fucking with that. I'm buying everything in 4K. And then this way, whatever digital media, I'll rip it on my 4K Blu-ray drive, fucking convert it to what I want to, have my own streaming system. I'm done. I'm not fucking around with that bullshit. Physical media is king. All right. Renfield.
It got a lot
Couldn't
of
make that much money.
It got a lot of bad reviews. I was surprised.
Yeah, it did.
Only made $25 million worldwide.
I haven't seen it. I wanted to see it, but it was just out at a weird time.
They're very upset. Yeah, Universal's very upset that it didn't make much money, so they're going to try and market it as a special edition Blu-ray called Dracula Sucks Edition. Will come with an extra disc full of all kinds of extra crap. Universal's Dracula comedy Renfield, starring Nicolas Cage, Nicholas Hoult, didn't make much money. It only pulled in $25 million worldwide, which is a shame.
I thought it looked really good.
Yeah, a lot of people, people that are horror fans said it was a lot of fun, it was entertaining, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think people gave a shit. They didn't go to the theaters to see it.
People aren't going to see much in the theaters these days.
Hey, it's becoming a hard sell, bro.
It is.
It's becoming a hard sell.
I think they said that, like 3 new movies in Memorial Day, like all bombed. Like they,
Here's the thing. The economy is fucked.
Right.
Our dollar is not going as far as it should anymore.
Right, and to spend $15 to just go see a movie when you could wait like 2 months and stream it for like $5
Free.
Right.
from your own couch.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I'm not going to get on my high horse and start ranting about how capitalism in America is fucked, but capitalism in America is fucked.
Globally, it's fucked.
Well, yeah. And it has to do with fucking globalism and big
greed.
billionaires.
And greed, yeah, greed.
Billionaires just stacking cash for no reason, just stacking it. Just want to own everything, want to extract wealth out of everybody. And I'm fucking tired of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the special edition is going to have a commentary with screenwriter Ryan Ridley, Samantha Nussbaum, and crew, some deleted scenes, some behind-the-scenes writing, little segments called... I went to the Universal website. They had a whole list of what's going to be on it. Dracula Uncaged, go inside the mind of the vampire Dracula himself, reveals the secrets behind turning a classic character into a memorable monster. Monsters and Men is behind the scenes of Renfield, an in-depth look at the cast, the sets, the costumes, and more. Stages of rejuvenation, see how special makeup effects bring the undead to life. Flesh and blood, exploding heads, peeling faces, severed limbs. They're all part of the movie Macabre Magic. Fighting Dirty, stunt coordination, interview and information. And the making of and deleted scenes. So, I'm going to stream it, see what it's like.
Yeah.
If it's good, maybe I'll buy it. I doubt it, though, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'll wait and stream it when it comes out, like, cheaper.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. Like, why spend $15 when 2 months later you could like see it at your own couch for $5? And also, like I said before, when Craig and I went to see Evil Dead, like the theater's a shithole. Like,
Yes.
It's like tumbleweeds going by, and like
fucking seat is falling apart.
Yeah, I mean, like
it's funny. My daughter went to the movies a week before I did. I said, "Where did you go?" She said, "Certain movie theater." I'm like, "Okay, I think that's where we're gonna go." I said, so "Did they like revamp the theater? Because I haven't been there in ages." And I said, "Did they was it a new theater?" She's like, "I don't know." So like I get there and it was the same as it was the last time. Hard armrests and just.
And that's the thing. You got to sell that to somebody that's got a 55-inch, 65 now 75-inch TV from fucking Costco on my couch with a beer in my hand and whatever fucking snacks I want.
And if I gotta go take a piss, I can pause it.
Right. And you want me to go to the theater and sit down in a room full of jackasses? The last movie I was at, there's a fucking kid crying in the fucking background. Some dude who's talking through the whole fucking film, and then $20 for a ticket and another $20 for snacks.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, they got to think of a new business model if they want to stay afloat.
Either that or they got to revamp capitalism. They got to revamp capitalism.
They won't do that.
Fucking bastards.
I'm a magnet for assholes at the movie theater too. I always get right behind me, kick the chair, and fucking.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Fucking rattle the bag all fucking moving.
I had that during Batman. The Batman when I went to watch the Batman. First of all, the Batman was like 3 fucking hours long.
Yeah, it was a long movie. It was a good movie, but it was long as shit.
It was a great movie, but I had to get up and take a piss twice.
Yeah.
I'm an old man, dude.
Shit. Yeah, if you want to go see a 3-hour movie, you got to like not drink anything for like 2 days.
Exactly.
Or wear a diaper.
Yeah, what the shit? Anyway. All right. Glenn Danzig's second film, Death Rider and the House of Vampires. I know we talked about this about 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, that hasn't come out yet?
Well, here's the thing. It's going to Cannes Film Festival this year.
Nice.
And they're seeking a distribution.
Holy smokes.
They're seeking distribution. We'll see what happens. Who the hell knows? I want to see the fucking film.
There was some bigger actors in this one.
Yeah,
too,
the
though.
trailer got me excited. Danny Trejo, fucking Devin Sawa is Death Rider. He plays Death
Really?
Rider in the movie. Yeah, it's like there's some fucking big names in this thing. And to help produce it was what's his name? The bear Jew from Inglourious Bastards. What's that guy's name?
Oh, Eli Roth.
Eli Roth. He was a
Really?
major character, and he helped produce it.
Really? Oh, wow.
So I want to see this film, bro. But apparently, yeah. Written and directed by Glenn Danzig. He's the film stars Devon Sawa as a mysterious rider who tangles with the occupants of a vampire sanctuary. Julian Sands, the British actor,
Nice.
who's still missing for months,
Warlock.
has disappeared into California wilderness, plays the Lord of Vampires.
Perfect.
Really?
Death Rider was shot in Los Angeles and produced by El Diablo Pictures.
Are we going to get any hookers and strippers and porn stars in this one?
Yes, there are plenty of them. Hookers, strippers, porn stars. They all play naked vampires. It's going to be awesome. Get me this film on Blu-ray.
Because that's what his last cast was. It was all like
It's
strippers,
all
and
strippers and fucking
porn
yeah.
stars, and they were all
Same thing in same thing
Pity.
in this one. Listen, you're not going to find regular actresses who just want. Hey, listen, lady, I just need you to be covered in blood and nude in this part of the screen. No, the regular actresses won't do that. You got to get the strippers and the fucking porn stars, and so I'm excited to see this film. I've been waiting for fucking years. It feels like at least 2 years, right?
Yeah, I remember you saying when we reviewed the last one that
Well, and they released like a teaser trailer and everything, and now on their website they have a much longer trailer, and it says, "Where can I see it?" Well, it says right on the website, you can't see it on streaming. It hasn't been released on streaming yet. Sorry, it's not available on Blu-ray or DVD yet. We're looking for distribution. What?
it's gonna be like the New Mutants. It's gonna be like 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. At least they're not doing reshoots. The film is done. They just need someone to distribute it.
I don't think Glenn Danzig does reshoots. If I had to be honest, I doubt he
Judging
does.
by that last film, I'm pretty sure he's just like,
Yes.
the scene is done.
Yes.
Yes. Cut.
Yes.
Oh, goddamn. All right. That's the end of the news. You want to talk a little bit about the Chainsaw Awards?
Yeah. So the you guys, neither one of you saw him yet, huh?
Totally
I
missed it
started
because I was at a
watching it.
concert.
I started watching it, and I
Huh?
got pissed off because they didn't go back to the original format. It's all studio, no live.
Yeah,
The
I
first
know.
year- the first year they did it outside in Los Angeles, and they had people. And then when COVID hit,
They-
they went into that.
they
weird
did-
And they still did
studio
that again this year.
thing.
Yeah, and they just stayed with
they
that,
haven't
huh?
changed it.
Yeah, it was pre-recorded mostly, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
And I just took down a couple. There was I want to say that both The Black Phone and Prey took home quite a few awards.
Nice. They both deserved it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good films.
There was a couple movies that were up for awards that won that I didn't know, so I have to check
Well,
those
that's
out.
kind of cool, though, right? You always
Yeah.
find those
Yeah,
diamond in the roughs.
but I just went over some of the bigger ones. The best wide release was the Black Phone.
Nice.
Best limited release, Terrifier 2.
Nice.
Best streaming was Prey.
Nice.
Best lead performance, Mia Goth in Pearl, which I mean we
Yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah.
we sung her
That's a
praises.
no-brainer.
Yeah. Best supporting performance was Madeline McGraw from The Black Phone. She was the teenage girl, or the young girl. She
Very
was
good.
really good.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
That was an interesting part of that movie, how they, kept it almost had like that It kind of vibe where it was a horror movie,
Yeah.
but there was that friendship that kind of, and
Yeah.
then the best kill scene, Terrifier 2 was the alley kill, which was that girl in the
Salt.
bedroom.
Yeah, the salt.
Yeah, the
salt.
salt, the bleach, and like
Dude,
he made
that was
the
fucking crazy.
her mom came in and he's sitting there like laughing,
Laughing, sawing her to
pointing
bits.
at her.
Yeah.
So those were the ones that I because those are the bigger ones. There was a lot of other ones, and like I said, besides those two that I mentioned, that Black Phone and Prey one. Each one of them won about 2 or 3 more. So
Nice.
it was fun. Like it kind of sucked that it was pre-recorded, but I still liked it.
Hopefully next year they'll get back to that live format. We'll
Yeah.
see.
It
The
just
thing is,
makes
here
it
in
more,
LA,
like, it's like the same people. You know what I mean? It's like, ugh. It's like,
Yeah.
well, the problem is that like even here in LA, people are still wearing masks. It's still an issue. You know, COVID is still going around. It's still mutating. The last strain that's been going around here in LA has been giving people conjunctivitis.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, as part of the whole thing, and it's fucking weird.
Actually, it's funny because two of my good friends that we hung out with 2 weeks ago, both just had it. Like they're married, and they both had it, and we were hanging out with them, and neither of us
You
got
didn't
it.
get anything?
No.
Yeah.
So
Well,
but
I was
yeah,
worried
it's
about it
still
because
going
I went to 2 different concerts in the past couple of weeks. Actually, 3. I went to 3 different shows, and I was like, man, should I wear a mask? Should I not wear a mask? It's gonna be fucking hot in there. I don't want to wear a mask, so I didn't. And I thought, well, if I get COVID, I get COVID. But I didn't get it this time, so I was glad.
So anyway, that was
All
the
right.
Chainsaw Awards, and if you haven't watched From yet, you got to check out From. It's season 2 just started like a couple weeks ago. I'm 1 episode away from finishing season 1, and it's a really cool show. I've never watched the show Lost, but some people say it reminds them of Lost, but this has definitely got some horror elements to it.
Yeah, I never watched Lost either.
And I've also been watching Yellow Jackets, which is also an awesome show.
It's a pretty good show, yeah.
So those are just the things I've been watching. I don't have any other news than what you. Also, Gremlin Secrets of the Mogwai came out last week on.
Is that the animation?
Yeah, it came out on Max. The trailer looked really good. I haven't started watching it yet, but that's next on my list of things to watch. That's it for me.
Nice.
Craig?
All right.
Yep.
Craig, you got any news? No?
I don't.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go 4 or 5 flicks to watch. Craig.
All right, I chose Freevee for this service. It's I think Amazon owned for sure.
Yep.
You can actually watch some Freevee stuff on Amazon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's kind of
With
weird the way they
commercials.
tied back and
but
forth.
It
Yeah.
tells you free with ads.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
So my 5 movies to watch on Freevee. In no specific order, I had the movie Teeth.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That is a good one. It's a great concept.
I don't know that a lot of people see that one, but that's like, ooh, yeah.
Surprising that concept sat for that long. I guess maybe you had to wait till it was the right time because you couldn't show that kind of stuff back in the day.
And I thought she did a fantastic job acting in that movie, right?
Yeah. Vagina dentata.
For as hokey as hokey as it could have been, it's like she sort of made it.
Yes.
Hostel, I don't know. That always seems to
Fucking love
my lists.
Hostel.
I know. It always makes my lists. I think that's even though you know what happens, you can probably watch that one over and over again.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
I still
And that
get
could
like
really happen, right?
I
It's
still
one
get
of-
all
one of those-
squeamish from the totally could happen.
Like, speaking of good kill scenes, it's like oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that could really happen, right? That's another
For
thing
sure.
that kind of makes it creepy. Is
Yep.
could happen to you. Horns is also on there.
Horns.
With
Nice.
Oh, that's
Radcliffe.
another good one too.
Yeah. And we were speaking of Julian Sands earlier. The movie Warlock.
Warlock. I was gonna say they're remaking that, but it's not that. They're remaking Witchboard.
Okay.
That's right.
Warlock would be a good one.
Warlock was a good one. Yeah, I liked that.
That was another one that was on HBO all the time.
Yeah, it sure was.
I just watched Witchboard. Where did I watch it?
I don't know.
The other day I was like, man, I feel like watching.
Yeah, I was
an
gonna
old
say I haven't
classic.
seen that anywhere.
But they are making.
That's
I
funny.
did read they're doing a remake.
So you saw that?
Well,
On
that
one
had
of
like 5. There were 5 sequels to that fucking film. All of them sucked. The first one was the
Yeah.
only one that was any good, but even
You
that
saw
one
it
was
on-
questionably
you saw
good.
it on one of the streaming services, Sal?
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember where I watched it.
Because I would watch that. Like I said, I haven't seen that anywhere.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Like
It
probably
might be
since,
on
like
it might
the
be on
early 90s.
Amazon. Might be on Amazon.
All right.
No. I remember Billy Bob's Last Drive-In.
So
Billy
it
Bob's
should be.
Last.
So it should be on Shudder then.
Yeah, it was on Shutter. It was like two
Was it the new
episodes, 2 or 3
the new
episodes
season?
ago.
The new season.
Yeah, the new season. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because I watched that, and I also watched the one with Anton Sandra LaVey, the satanic one with the
Yeah.
where they do a black mass and shit. It was fucking weird, but it's funny. I love The Last Drive-In. Like
Those
that's
are
one of
great,
my favorite
yeah.
shows to
Those are
watch.
great.
Too.
Because he gives a lot of great entertaining thing, but he also gives a lot of backstory and shit about each of the films.
Yeah,
He was
he
talking
does.
about the director of Witchboard, and then he was talking about how the ending was like all fucked up because they wanted to do a different ending, but they couldn't. And they had, but it was Billy Bob. That show is like the best.
Oh,
I
you
know
fucking
what?
love that
Yeah.
show.
Now that you say that, my friend Kevin, who listens to the show, he just did tell me he saw Witchboard on Joe Bob. And I was like, oh, really?
Yeah, yeah,
And I said
yeah.
to him, I said, hey,
Joe
they're
Bob-
doing a remake of that.
Dude, the Last Drive-In, that Joe Bob,
Yeah.
just fucking. He did it like a whole session. It was like 3 movies, but he was doing it about Hexennacht, or the fucking witch holiday, and he's giving like the background of it and shit.
Really?
And talking about witches had to have sex with Satan on this mountain in Germany, and then the male girl, she goes away and she comes back as a witch and with all these demons, and she said she fucked Satan, so now she's ready to kill everybody.
Nice.
It was just fucking great. It was a great show.
Darcy the male girl.
Yeah,
She-
Darcy the male girl.
Yeah, she's fun too. Like, I like her.
Yeah, like I just love that whole show. I
It's
I
a good-
watch it as much as I can.
It kind of reminds you of like back when you were a kid, watching like the afternoon horror shows with
No, even after I used to stay up because remember after Saturday Night Live, they used to have what's it called, Fright Night or whatever. But they always had like Elvira was
Yeah.
the host for a while, and then that guy Zachary, he was like the first host from the dude from New Jersey.
yeah.
Uh,
And there's Sven
but-
Gulli
yeah. But they had that show on every night after
SNL. Yeah.
SNL, and
Yeah.
as a kid, I used to love watching that shit.
Yeah, I think that was Fright Night. Maybe.
I think it was called Fright Night. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, awesome, cool.
Good
Wait,
list.
did you give me 5? 1, 2, 3.
American Psycho. That's the
Oh, American Psycho. God damn, we got off on a tangent there.
Damn it. Damn old
Not a
age.
biggie. Just American.
American Psycho is a great one too.
It is.
Oh yeah. All right, awesome. 5 flicks to watch, and a little side rant. All right, we are ready to move on to the review.
Top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5. Holy shit, man. I'm getting lost here. Top 5. Where's my notebook? All right. Top 5.
Now, I swear I looked up and down the list a couple times and didn't see this in the list. So
No, it wasn't in the list. So
Nice.
top 5 kids, creepy kids, and horror movie.
yeah, and
I sort of thought we did that too, but like
I thought so
don't know.
too. But I said
remember
creepy because
talking
they
about-
don't necessarily have to be a killer or anything. They just have to be
Yeah.
Just
like a
gotta be a
creepy kid in the
kid.
movie.
Yep.
Even a kid adjacent to the movie that was
Right.
creepy.
Right, yeah, exactly. Because I wanted to make it a little bit more vague so you didn't have to be specific. But I think most of mine are killers, except for maybe 1 or 2. But,
All right, so this month it is Craig, Sal, Chris.
Alrighty.
Okay. Here we
Yes.
go. So I found, this is kind of cool. I found movies that had 2
2 kids.
Answers.
2 creepy kids.
answers. Yeah,
Sweet.
2 answers.
Two
Two
creepy crotch turds.
So number 5 is only one, and that was Damien from The Omen.
Yes. Yes.
That kid did a wonderful job
He did.
Yes.
being creepy. Like, he didn't even have to talk, right? Just sort
Right,
of
yeah.
Yes.
stare at his parents. So number 4, this is a movie that I had 2 answers in. So it's Danny and the twins from The Shining.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very
Yes.
good.
I guess you can consider that 3.
Those twins are
kids,
creepy.
maybe, because it's twins.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
creepy, all right.
3.
3 creepy children.
It's funny. I had them on like my list. I was scribbling down what I thought of, and then I was trying to organize them into top 5. Yeah.
Yep. And Danny was creepy with his little finger when he got,
Mrs. Torrance.
Danny's not here right now.
That's like it, though, right? The rest of the movie, he was just sort of
Yeah. Mostly a normal
scared
kid.
Yep. Number 3, I went with what was it named? Mara from The Ring. I think that
Oh,
was
Samara?
her name.
Isn't it
Samara,
Samara? Or what,
Samara,
that was the
yeah.
American version. I forget what her name was in the Japanese version. But yeah, she was creepy as hell, man.
Yeah.
I sort of forgot about her was like, yeah, I was like thinking about it on the toilet, believe it or not. I was like,
That's
and I was
funny.
like I was like thinking of the scene. I'm like, oh, that's right. Her mother pushed her when she was a kid. So
Down the well.
she
Yep.
was a kid. Number 2 is the other answer with 2 creepy kids. I went with Gage and Zelda from Pet Sematary.
Oh, Gage.
And I thought of Pet Sematary was funny. I was like, little Gage, when he came back to life, he was creepy. But then I was like, remember when she went in the room with her sister?
Yeah.
That scene, that was the creepiest part of the movie. In
The
my
thing
opinion.
about it is
and the
that
scariest, right?
I didn't really feel that she was a kid even when I was a kid watching him. Like that's
true. I mean, she was supposed to be, right? Because that was when she was a little kid.
Yeah.
That she remembers
sister,
that, but
yeah.
but she looked like, well, I guess she was that fucked up that you thought she was old. But yeah, but she had to be. She was her older sister, but she could have been that much older, right? Like,
right.
like, it's not like she was 30 and the little girl was like 4.
Yeah.
That'd be
Cage
weird.
is that mix of creepy and cute. It's not fair.
Yeah. Now I want to play with you.
And numero uno is Regan from The Exorcist.
Ah,
Yes,
nice.
yes.
Yes.
All right. Awesome.
She was, yeah. I mean, like she did some crazy shit in that movie too.
Yeah.
Yep.
She
Yeah,
sets the standard for creepy kids.
Any honorable mentions?
No,
Yeah, you threw a couple extra kids in the top 5, so.
that's right.
All right.
Yes.
My top 5. My number 5, Lily from Mama.
Ah, good
Okay.
one.
She was fucking creepy as fuck.
Yep.
She was attached to that fucking entity.
Yep.
My number 4 is Ellie from Let the Right One In.
That's a good one.
Okay. Yeah.
Love that movie. It's in almost all of my top 5 lists. I try to squeeze it in there any way that I can.
That's what she
For
said.
sure.
That's what she said, right? My number 3 is Cage from Pet Sematary. Like I
Not
said
fair.
before, cute and creepy all in once. My number 2 is Georgie from It, Chapter
Oh,
1,
yeah, man.
2017.
Yeah, for sure. I forgot about him.
Yes.
Especially that when
Yeah,
he
he
goes down to the
comes-
basement and he's like
Yeah.
His
Oh,
face
yeah.
starts to rot away.
You'll
float too. You'll float too.
Yep.
Yes.
Get the chills just thinking about that.
Yes, I was just gonna say, like, the hair on the back of my neck just stood up. What the? All right. My number 1, of course, Regan from The Exorcist. Like
Nice.
I said, she set the standard for what a fucking creepy kid is.
Yep.
Whether
Nice.
it's jabbing herself in the cooch with the crucifix, or puking up pea soup, or spinning her head around, that's some
Whoa.
fucked up creepy shit.
Nice. Any honorable mentions?
Nope.
No? All right. So my number 5 is Samara from The Ring that Craig had already mentioned. That was a creepy ghost chick, whatever she was. Number 4. This movie from this year. The movie was There's Something Wrong with the Children. Lucy, the little girl in it, like she really creeped me out. Like that was a good movie. And Evil Children, like she was creepy. My number 3 is Gage from Pet Sematary. We already talked about
Man,
that.
all 3 of us got that on our list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All 3 of us talked about that creepy little bastard.
Number 2,
Um,
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you have
this
it
is my
for
number 3. Yeah.
now? Okay.
It was my number 3.
Okay.
My number 2 is Luke from Better Watch Out. Like that.
Oh
that
shit! Yeah.
that kid
Yeah.
like was amazing. Like
yeah.
he wasn't creepy, but he was like psychopathic and scary. I just thought that kid did a great job with
Yeah.
that role.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
And then my number 1 is also Regan from The Exorcist.
Nice.
Yeah,
Wow, all 3 of us.
yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
They really like did a number on that kid, and she like performed her ass off.
Still to this day, they talk about like remaking it. It would be a bad move.
Yeah.
It would be a bad move.
They're
'Cause
doing that. They're doing that series, which is kind of like yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have a couple honorable mentions. I'll just go through them quickly. Michael Myers from the Rob Zombie Halloween. That little kid, I thought they really did a good job making him like
Yeah.
dirty and weird and creepy.
Yeah.
Also Malachi from Children of the Corn.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean that kid. I think like even if he wasn't Malachi, just seeing that kid anywhere, I'd
dude,
be
just
creeped.
a name. That name, Malachi.
Yeah,
Who the fuck
and Isaac was creepy as shit too, but Malachi was a ginger. And,
Malachi was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was.
And then my
But
last
who
one.
goes to the Bible to pick a kid's name and says, look at this one, Malachi. That's perfect.
And my last one is Charlie from Hereditary. Like I know she wasn't evil or anything like that, but that
Creepy as fuck. I mean, she
That, like,
cutting
she-
fucking heads off of birds and shit.
yeah. And that noise she made, and then like he kept hearing that noise, and then she got her head fucking like whacked off, and you saw it like laying there with like bugs and shit all over it. That was
She got her
creepy.
head what? She got her head what? Whacked off? Someone whacked her head off?
That movie too. Remember we reviewed that movie where the kid was burying rabbits. That was a creepy kid too.
Oh yeah, was
that
that
one's fucked
was
up
that the
too.
hole in the
That
ground?
was- yeah, no.
Yeah.
That one wasn't that one. No, it wasn't the hole in the ground.
No.
That was the one we just watched a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. I
Oh
totally
yeah.
forgot about it.
That was a spoonful of sugar.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I forgot about
Spoonful
that
of
kid.
sugar.
That kid was
That was-
creepy too.
Dude,
And we
that
found
was fucking wild.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like I had no idea that was gonna happen there at the end. Like
The end was a complete surprise. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, holy shit.
That would have been a good one, right?
Yeah, I totally forgot about that kid.
So we'll give
Damn
him an
short-term memory
honorable
loss.
mention. We'll give him a
And
honorable mention.
yeah, and that's it for
Wait
my
a minute.
list.
Did we review that one? Wait, let me look at my
I
list.
think we
here.
did. Yeah, didn't we? I think I picked that.
Spoonful of sugar?
I think I picked that one.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
Like maybe 3 months ago,
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
because I think it just came out this year.
No.
No,
No, because we have Hellhole,
that's this
Evil
one.
Dead Rise, Pale Blue Eye, Sorry About the Demon,
Oh, I picked that one.
Pearl, Summer of '84,
So
Horror in the
was it
High
a
Desert.
coincidence? Is it a coincidence? We all just watched Spoonful of Sugar.
No,
It's
I
weird.
think we must have all talked to each other to watch it, but I don't think we officially reviewed
Oh,
it. We
'cause that was a
probably
great-
should.
That was a
We
great
probably
movie.
should, because that's a
Yeah.
good movie.
Yeah, and it had a creepy kid in it.
Yeah.
Huh? I swear. Yeah, we must have all just talked about it.
Yeah, I
Did
think
we
we all
lose
were
that
like, "You
one?
got to
Did we-
watch this movie because it's fucked
Did
up."
we lose an episode? Did we lose an episode? No.
No, no.
Just that one few
Okay.
years back. It was like our greatest episode ever.
It was like episode 7 was our greatest episode ever, and it'll never see the light of day.
Nope.
Yeah, we did not, because remember we were talking. There were 2 movies we were each texting each other about. One was Spoonful of Sugar, and the other one was Skinamarink.
Oh, ugh.
Oh, yeah. Like night and day.
Like night and day for sure, man. But everyone's like, "Yeah, you should watch this. Yeah, you should watch it." And then we were back and forth, and then we all kind of converged on Spoonful of Sugar. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was good. That was trippy. Trippy AF.
Yeah,
So, yeah, if you have an opportunity, watch
Yeah, go
Spoonful.
watch that. It's a bonus review for you right there.
yeah. Fuck. I really thought we did, but no, it's not in the list here, bro. Not in the list. That's crazy. Damn.
Yes.
Man, I'm getting so old. Like, I'm looking at this list going, I don't remember watching that. Oh, fuck. I hate getting old.
Yeah.
My doctor says, you know what happens? Your brain starts to, like, re-index things, and it says, oh, this? I don't need that. And it's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm like, yeah, it fucking sucks. All right. Wow, that was quite the list. All right, very good. All right, now it's time to talk review. The movie we are reviewing this month is Hellhole. This is a foreign film from Poland. Little backstory in this film. Hellhole, 1987 Poland. A police officer investigating a mysterious disappearance infiltrates a remote monastery and discovers a dark truth about its clergy. This is a horror film. It's in the Polish language and overdubbed with English. The director is Bartusz M. Kowalski. Producer Jan Kazwinski. I don't know how to pronounce this shit.
They're all going to end with skis.
This was released to streaming in October 26, 2022. It's an hour and 31 minutes long. Its distributor in the U.S. is Netflix. And and it is an hour and 31 minutes long. I already said that. Okay, cool. First of all, I just want to make a comment.
In English or did you subtitle?
I watched it subtitled.
I watched it dubbed. I watched it dubbed.
I watched subtitled.
See, they had that option. I probably would have watched the option.
I was too lazy, so I watched it dubbed.
Yeah, but I like the dub because you can watch the movie better. Like you're reading and it's like you miss shit.
But it was kind of slow. It was slow enough that it did once or twice I got kind of lost. I had to look up and down real quick. But as a whole, it moved slow enough that it didn't really make that big of a difference.
So before we go too much further, I just want to talk a little bit about Poland because I don't know if you're aware of this or not. Poland is a fucked up country.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Poland has laws around Christianity. And religion.
Really?
Yeah. And I was very surprised when it said it was a Polish film, and I watched it, and at the end,
so it's blasphemous.
Yeah, I was like, "Fuck! How did they not get in trouble in this?" And I googled it because I know the band Behemoth, a very good death metal band, is from Poland, and their singer Nurgle went to jail in Poland
just for playing death metal.
Now listen to this: March 7th, 2023. He was sued because in 2019, he posted a video of him stomping on a face of the Virgin Mary in a painting. And he went to jail.
Oh, my.
For hurting religious feelings.
Wow.
What?
2 years in prison.
What?
Yes.
Hurting religious feelings is a law?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm like, what the fuck? First of all, how did this film get made?
Well, yeah. Consider what he did. These people should all be in jail right now.
This whole movie was an hour and a half of blasphemy.
How did this movie get made, beautifully? With it was.
Yeah, the cinematography was awesome.
Not only that, I don't know what it is, but lately every movie we're watching, the sound design makes me want to fucking throw up. The sound design.
Some of the sounds of them eating that stuff,
it was like
you can hear them slurping and chomping, and
dude, a couple times I had to turn the volume down because I was a little grossed out.
Yeah, that's true. We have watched a couple of movies with good sound to them.
I don't know what it is. It's the last couple films we've been watching. The sound design has been over the fucking top. A lot of gutsy smushing and gushing and
there was a lot of cool.
The one time he was eating and you could hear there's crunching he's biting on a bone or something. I'm like, what the?
There was a lot of cool effects in it too, both practical and digital. There was one or two digital effects that I thought were kind of not the best, but there were some really good ones, and I thought the practical effects were pretty good too.
Yeah, the practical effects are pretty good. So the end, the digital effects got a little wonky.
Yeah. That end though, that last 5 minutes, I was it was just sitting back and just it was almost like a mass, a mass that lasts which I think was the point.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. Let's go back to the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. So let's first of all say that in summary, without any sort of spoilers, it's a movie based on, as the summary I read says, there's a missing person or a mysterious death.
There were 7 or 8 missing women.
Yeah, mysterious disappearances. So a police officer goes undercover as a priest
in a monastery that performs exorcisms to people who are they call them they're just people that are in a sanitarium basically.
Right, it's basically a sanitarium. People that have mental illnesses and they're performing exorcisms
or
on
mostly possessed by demons, allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. And he goes to do this investigation and it just unravels into some crazy fucking blasphemous.
And it starts out pretty, boilerplate for an exorcism movie. He comes in there, they thank him for being there. There's not a lot of people who can perform exorcisms. They give him his habit. They try to give him his own their rosary, but he's got his own rosary. And he says, "No, I'll just keep mine." Yeah. And then they go about business, and it sucks.
The thing that really kind of sets the whole ambiance of the film really is, it's this hidden away monastery.
Yeah,
there's no electricity. There's no electricity. Everyone should stay in the rooms after dark. It's only candles. There's no modern.
You forgot something important too, though. The very beginning of the movie, he was a baby.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So at the beginning, they show this this priest trying to kill some baby, and he brings it up on the altar at a church, and the baby's got a diaper on, but it's also got this like weird like constellation shape on his
like
chest.
a birthmark kind of thing. Yeah.
And he prays and he says, "Please forgive me." And he's about to stab the baby, and the police come in and they shoot him dead before he gets a chance to. Fast forward 30 years, and they what's that? Yeah, they present you with this gentleman who you don't quite know yet as a cop, but he's going to this monastery. So now we're back at the monastery.
So let's just say now we'll start talking spoilery. If you want to hear our review but you don't want to be spoiled, pause
Go check it out.
the podcast right now. Go watch that movie. It's available on Netflix. Netflix is the sole distributor in the U.S. right now. Go check them out. Check out this film, and then come back and listen to our review because we're going to spoil the shit out of everything here.
Yes, it's kind of hard not to. I think.
Yeah.
Very much so. Very much so.
Yeah.
So they very quickly reveal that he is that baby.
Yeah.
Like the minute he gets into his
because he's putting his habit on, and he takes off
his habit on. When he takes
and
his civilian clothes off or his regular clothes, you can see the birthmark on his chest. You know it's him right away.
Yeah, and the head rabbi or priest or whatever, right off the bat tells him that this place is different. The presence of evil is there almost constantly, and you may notice it while you're here.
Yeah.
Because weird shit starts to happen pretty much off the bat.
And that's the thing that kind of threw me off just a little bit is because all right,
because it's a monastery, right? Like they're there to fight evil.
Yep. In a monastery fighting evil. Not too far right off the bat, like he's involved in the exorcism, one of the exorcisms, right? He's standing to the sidelines watching it happen. It's pretty graphic. It's pretty awesome. This woman is writhing, whatever. The cross bursts in the flames. Your typical exorcism shit.
Yeah.
But when he's back at his room, the tooth scene.
Yeah, that was weird shit. Like
the fuck.
Like he's like picking at a tooth and he pulls a loose tooth. And the tooth breaks open and a fly flies out of his tooth. And I'm like, what the hell happened? Like in that exorcism that now he's got like flies coming out of his mouth.
And then like his mirror begins to crack a little bit and he like touches it and then the whole thing just, spider webs, right?
So weird shit starts happening pretty early on.
Yeah. He starts investigating, right? Because he's trying to figure out, where are these missing people? What has happened to them? Blah, blah, blah. And he goes back after dark, he goes back into the room where the exorcism is taking place. And he's investigating, and it turns out like it's all fake.
Yeah.
There's like this floorboard shit that makes the bed writhe. If you lean with your feet.
The crucifix has basically got like a lighter
in it to make it burst into flames. There's a lever behind the curtain that when you pull it, the wind blows. It makes a fan blow for the wind. And I'm thinking, this is where I get thrown off because I'm like, there's this fake shit going on. But why the fuck did his tooth come out then? Why the fuck did the mirror break? Like that wasn't fake.
Yeah. My other thing, too, is how the fuck is the fan working if they got no electricity there?
Again, it threw me off a little bit. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. And all like all those dudes are like, they all bought into it. Like they're all there, so why would you be faking this shit? But they were videotaping it so that they made sure that they like got it all. Because you find out then that they're sending the videos to Rome to get money
Vatican
from Rome
for
these exorcisms that they're performing. So it starts to come together a little bit, and you think, okay, I know what's going on here, but so what's the horror element? You still don't know what the horror element is now that you find out the shit's fake.
Right.
Yep, and then you got to mention something about the dinners too, like.
Oh yeah, that shit they're eating, like that one guy.
You couldn't really tell what it was, but it looked nasty.
It looked like bloody, like bloody raw meat or something like that.
Yeah,
and the one guy refused to eat it, and that like the enforcer guy walked over to him and
eat this shit now. You
know
what I mean?
And so like
they didn't have to eat it. It was all about him eating it.
Yeah. So you're like, what the fuck are they eating? Like.
And that was the part that got really gross because then he's like.
And what's that? What did he pull out? Was it hair that he pulled out, or
fucking That was like a piece of somebody's scalp or something and pulled out of his fucking mouth.
now you're like, okay, they're eating. Are they eating? Like, what people are they eating? Like,
yeah. Yeah, that was fucking gross. But then he goes into I forget what
he goes back into his room,
right?
And he puts his cross away, but the cross ends up back on the wall. And he notices that someone's sliding his armoire over because there's like a thing in the floor.
Yeah,
So he moves the armoire over, and there's
the
this
whole thing over, and
big
there's like
fucking like swampy hole in the
like a festering hole, and the noises. This is where the sound effects, the sound design got really fucking gross because you're hearing this like sloshing grossness of the wall
coming from the hole,
and then he's like touching it,
and then he puts his
hand in it,
and I'm like,
and he
what
pulls out this like bone with teeth on it and a fucking
an
eyeball.
And then it starts looking around. The eyeball starts like fucking looking around and shit. I'm like,
he
what's
drops
going on?
it. He drops it and proceeds to vomit all over the fucking floor.
And but it's like black like tarry vomit too. Like it's like, and I'm like, did like him sticking his hand in there in that black shit? And then all of a sudden he turns his face and there's like that real quick like jump scare.
That
like,
was the jump scare that fucking caught me. That one got me.
Yeah, because you weren't expecting something to be in his face.
He turns his face and there's like a black face in a hood with his mouth wide open, dripping gook out of it, and I'm like, what the fuck? But that whole scene, the sound, like, because I had my headphones on watching it, and I'm like, I had to take my headphones off. I was like, what the fuck?
One of the reviews I read said that like some people like watching that film made them nauseous, and I could see why. There was some
absolutely.
Parts that like made me kind of fucking feel kind of sick.
And when he's throwing up, the sound is like this splashing goop sound. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they did a great job with the sound effects for sure.
Absolutely. The sound, whoever did the sound design in there deserves an award because I really felt sick watching that part of the film.
So then he gets warned that he needs to like toe the line. They've been keeping an eye on him. They asked him to do one of the masses in Latin and he doesn't know Latin. So now they're like curious, like, okay, you couldn't do the mass in Latin. Something's up. And so they find all his hidden shit that he had, and one of the little fat brother comes over and says, "Hey man, I tried to escape once before, and they tortured me. So they got their eye on you. You better behave yourself, cause." And I'm like, "Oh, this fat guy." And
then that guy like, fills him in that this shit is fake here. We do it to send these videos to the Vatican to get more money.
And I'm like, "What the fuck are they using the money for?" I was like, "Okay, you're getting more money, but for what?" Like
supposedly there's no electricity, there's no lights. You know what the?
Well,
fuck?
he tells them too. He tells them that they're burying
the bodies out. Yeah,
the bodies outside.
In the
so
graveyard too.
He digs one up. He digs one up, and the coffin's empty.
Yeah. So then he goes to the kitchen, and he opens up the walk-in refrigerator, and it's full of these like corpses and all
bodies.
Varying, decaying in various stages, like they're all
missing
just
legs.
Was good. That was practical.
Missing arms.
The blood's kind of like dripping off them. So you're like, that's what they're fucking eating. They're eating these bodies that are just like hanging up, and they're just cutting random pieces off too. It's not like a nice chunk of thigh or a nice smoked butt. It's just whatever, ears, hair, eyelashes, all that shit.
So then, I forget what sequence led up to the fact that they knock him out and he wakes up tied to his bed.
Oh yeah, I think it was he went into the chamber that he told him to stay out of. He used that little like lockpick that he had like hidden in his crucifix. And they caught him there because he was like looking through some shit that they didn't want him looking through.
So when he woke up, he was tied to the bed, and then the head priest, whatever his name is, came in, and they had 4 bowls of that
slop
stuff, and he said, "We're gonna make you eat this." And he's like, "What for?" It's medicinal value.
Yeah. You're like, what the fuck?
Medicinal value. What the fuck? Well, it turns out each of the priests had to eat of 7 bodies.
Yeah, because they're working on a dark ritual that you find out.
And so they had to make sure that he also ate of the 7. Right? Yeah, 7 sinners. Right.
And you find out they knew who he was. They knew he was the chosen one from that earlier in the movie with the shit in his chest.
Film, right?
And they were the ones who leaked.
Sure that he got the case.
Yeah, they were the ones who leaked the information about the missing people being there.
To make sure that he was
part
the
of their
cop
plan.
that was assigned. Yeah.
But so this part was probably one of my favorite parts of the movie because it was pretty dark and slow and ominous up until the point where they go to perform their dark ritual and it doesn't fucking work.
That part was hilarious. First of all, they're doing this whole ritual. They beat the piss out of him. He's tied to this post. He's like bleeding. He's all beat the fuck up. They're doing their little ritual. They bring out another crazy girl that's the innocent. She's a virgin.
And they slice her neck and they're drinking
of
her blood.
They're capturing the blood and everyone's drinking it. They make him drink some.
It was a really good scene. And then they say these like crazy shit in Latin.
Yeah.
And nothing happens. They're all standing around.
The head priest turns to that fat asshole one. He says, "Is this right?" He's like, "Am I doing it right?"
He's like, "I think so."
He says the words in like in a questionable way.
He's like, I think so."
And he goes,
he's like, that was funny shit. I'm like, up until that point, there was nothing funny about that movie at all.
Right. And then the best part then, he goes, "Well, what do we do now?" And he goes, "We'll go back to our rooms and we just act like nothing happened."
He's like, well, what about this guy? But what about this guy? So they end up like stabbing the cop in the gut and throwing him down the well, which they tell you during the ritual that that's a portal to hell.
Right, and that they built the whole monastery around it. And that's why the monastery is built
over there, because it's a portal to hell. So they throw him down and they're like, fuck it, this sucks. So they all go back to their rooms and shit. And the head priest goes and gets fucking wasted and is dancing and singing in his room in his robes and shit. And then the fat guy comes in. You know, and so apparently the fat guy knew something that he didn't tell the other people.
Right.
Because then he he tells the head priest that shit happens. Go ahead and lay down. We'll figure something out to do tomorrow.
Right.
Then he fucking smothers him.
He goes, "Oh, you're the best. You're the best secondhand guy in the whole world. You're really a good friend." And he goes, "Yeah, I know." And then he takes the pillow and fucking snuffs out the head priest. Meanwhile, they then show the cop they stabbed and threw down the well wakes up, and he's like, "Oh!" You can see that his back is broken. He's all fucking messed up because he landed on a pile of skeletons,
bones and shit. Yeah,
they must have like been throwing bodies down there for generations. And he wakes up like all busted up and not well and shit. Meanwhile, the other priests come in the next morning and they see that the main priest is dead.
I found him in here dead. He's like, well, he was old. He was old.
He was crying. He's like, I don't know what happened. Maybe he was old. And then you see a fly.
Oh man,
this
is where the cool part starts.
Right. Yeah. This fly comes out of him and goes down into the basement and goes down into the well. And then you see the dude in the well, the cop. He starts like, he's like in pain, and you see his face like starting to bubble, and then his face start to like change shape, and then they move away from that, and then they show the priest now doing their godly stuff, doing a ritual.
Well, the second in hand guy is now the leader.
Yeah, and the crosses in the building start to turn around like upside down and shit. Like they show a couple of them like flipping upside down. You're like, oh shit! I guess the ritual did work.
He starts like going, like something's hurting him, and then he starts like rising into the air, and his arms are coming out like in the
like a crucifixion
pose.
Yeah,
and then like his whole body just turns into flies.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was really cool.
Flies away and then goes down into the basement, and then you see a hoof.
Then you see a hoof like.
Right, a hoof comes in like a demon, and he starts walking towards the front of the altar, and all the other priests like freak out and they start running away. Which this is where things got weird.
Yeah,
they all kind of froze still for a moment, and then that demon made them all rise up and turn into the crucifix and turn upside down. But like the video effects, the VFX for that, the visual effects were digital and cheaply done. Like it did not look good.
No, but the concept was a cool concept. Like,
it was very cool.
It was the devil. It wasn't a demon.
Yeah,
was it the devil for sure?
That's Satan. Yeah, and whoever did that was practical.
The devil was good. Yeah. But then like they started showing like stuff happening throughout like the property and stuff like that. Like the devil was kind of walking around the altar, like flexing his shit, and all those dudes
thought they were doing good and they were going to be on the devil's side. But like I said, the devil has no fucking sympathy, right?
But I thought the interesting. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, then all the flowers throughout the monastery, all the vines had dead flowers. They started to grow. And
that was
the tree.
That was
in the
interesting.
Middle of the
started to grow.
Yeah, started to grow flowers and leaves on it.
So I'm like, so with all these men of God here, like supposedly this place is a shithole. And then the devil comes up and flowers are growing and shit. I was like, oh, what? So the devil's making like life and
then they show it as everything is upside down, right?
yeah.
And then all of a
Okay.
sudden the sky just cracks open.
I thought the other cool thing was the giant crucifix behind the altar where the face of Jesus
Jesus,
turns and looks at him, and the demon raises his arms, or Satan raises his arms up, and it was like a celebratory thing there or whatever.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. The effects weren't the best, but I thought the concept of that final scene was just really cool.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I enjoyed the movie. I was thoroughly entertained. I was very surprised. There are a couple twists and turns that surprised me very much.
For sure, yeah.
One of the jump scares got me. It really got me because
I think two of them got me. There was two of them I think I got had by.
No, I thought it would. I mean, like I said, the budget, it was well written.
And an hour and a half was good. It didn't seem too I never really looked at my watch at all.
Wasn't too long, wasn't too short.
No.
And I think I probably, like you said, could have read the subtitles because there was a big swath, about 30 minutes, where it was the police officer doing investigations and very little was spoken between
or them
him
doing
and
their
other people.
masses where you didn't really all you had to do was read because they were all just standing around.
Yeah. So it was a good, entertaining film. I really enjoyed the concept. I thought it was well done and very entertaining.
Yeah, yep. I thought so too.
What are you thinking? What's your?
I'm going 3.5. I'm doing the 3.
I would agree with that. 3.5 is very entertaining. I recommend people to watch it because if you don't mind subtitles or overdubbed text, which overdubbed audio wasn't bad. It was good. It was very well done.
No, I wasn't sure. So the dubbings were pretty on.
Yeah. The thing that still surprises me is, like I said, Poland has laws against.
Yeah, I'm surprised too because of how sacrilegious this movie, blasphemous this movie is.
Dude. Absolutely.
Yeah, they're all going. That whole cast is probably going to jail.
Yeah, and maybe it wasn't released in Poland. Maybe they filmed it there and everything, but they just didn't release it there. Because I can't see, if you're a religious person, this caused you religious harm, religious ill will, or whatever.
No doubt. Because Satan mocks the crucifix there at the end.
Hell yeah! Even God turns his head away.
Yes.
Yes.
So 3.5.
Yes.
3.5 stars. American Nightmare Podcast. 3.5 stars for Hellhole.
Yes.
All right. Cool. All right. Before we wrap stuff up, I just want to touch base a little bit on our numbers here. So we've been doing pretty well. We've got a steady, almost every episode gets at least 100 views. And then it seems like every week we're doing about 80 downloads. So it's not bad. Not bad. Our top 10 as it stands right now is number 1, All the Devils Are Here. I don't understand that. I don't understand it.
It's that guy and his family who made that movie.
Yeah. The Babysitter. Our first episode, just getting started. Hellbender. Killer Queen. The Babysitter Part 2. Near Dark. Dr. Sleep and Crawl.
Oh, Crawl. That was a good one.
Yeah. There are 2 that are at the top of the list, but those are both errors. Come to Daddy was had an issue with downloads. There was 1,217 attempted downloads. That's not the actual count. I don't know how to fix that in the counting system. And Horror in the High Desert, for some reason, back in December, 3,132 attempted downloads. But there was something wrong with that episode too.
And you can rent Part 2 right now. You can buy it.
Oh, really?
No thanks.
Pass.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll pass on that. Unless they somehow did something with that dude in the desert. That could have been something scary, but they just totally skipped it. They missed it. They missed the mark, man. All right. Once again, as always, I'm going to thank everyone for listening to the American Nightmare Podcast. If you have any suggestions for future podcasts, future movies we should be watching, or general feedback or top 5 lists, contact us at feedback@the-american-nightmare.com. Visit us on the web, the-american-nightmare.com, or on Facebook, the American Nightmare Podcast Facebook group. And I think that is it. We will we'll be here next month and have something new for you then. Thanks, everyone.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.